Hello, this is MicroJoe11 coming to you with another test of the Sony a6000, my brand new camera. Today I'm going to be testing against my old camera. So this is the Panasonic Lumix DMC SZ7, which is the camera that I've used for probably about the past 2 years, or not this particular one, but one the same as it until that one broke, and then I bought a new one, and I've liked that camera a lot. So we're mainly going to be testing the image stabilization, because in my last video I really was not sure. I mean, the image stabilization looked really awful in that video, and I want to see how it compares to my old camera. So what I've done here is I've made a crazy camera rig. I've basically taken a bolt that fits in the tripod mounts of each camera and bolted them together. So this one is upside down, so that might give this one a slight advantage, but I did test the video on this one upside down and then right side up and compared it, and it's about the same. I can't tell any difference. So, I mean, technically the image stabilization is not dependent on gravity, so it shouldn't really matter anyway. What else? So, okay, I also updated the firmware of my new camera, and when you update the firmware to version 2, you can now record in XAVC-S format, which is a lot higher bitrate. It's more than twice the bitrate of the normal AVC HD that it was capable of before. So now it's recording, I'm going to be recording this in 60 frames per second progressive at 50 megabytes per second, and that's the highest quality it'll go. So that is pretty good quality actually, and I was looking at the footage, doing some tests and things, and it looks really good. Much better than just normal AVC HD. So, yeah, let's see what else. Okay, another thing I did was, just real quick, is I put some rubber bands right here on the little metal wings there, things that hold, metal loops that hold the strap, because I noticed that the microphone on this camera is very sensitive, and it picks up everything. So those little metal things would clink when you're walking around, and it picks that up in the sound, this little really annoying clinking sound. So I put some little rubber bands on there, and they seem to help a lot. So pretty much eliminates that. I'm also recording the sound right now with the Sony, because, well, I don't like the sound quality on my phone, which I'm recording this video with right now. What else? And I'm going to be switching between these two audios so that you can tell, so you can see the difference. So yeah, I'll just edit these together in Sony Vegas HD11, and you guys can see what the footages look like side by side to compare the image stabilizations. Another thing, they actually have almost exactly the same frame. I'm not necessarily comparing this camera to see whether this camera is better or not, the Sony. The Sony is obviously going to record a lot better quality. It's a lot newer, for one. For two, it's not been abused by me. And, yeah, so that doesn't mean that that's not really telling us anything. I'm just comparing it with my old footage to see how much the image stabilization, whether it's better on the new one or if it's really bad. Because I'm wondering if maybe that one day that I did that video, if maybe I was just really hungry and so I was shaking a lot because of that, or something else. Maybe I just wasn't holding the camera very steady. So we're going to redo this test and see how it turns out. But yeah, so without further ado, let's go on with the test. And I'm just holding the cameras like normal. I'm just holding it one-handed, so you guys can try to get an idea of what it's going to look like when I'm walking around in the woods, whether the image stabilization is going to be good or not. So, yeah. There's the forge again, and my anvil. I still need to edit that video. I've not edited that yet. I have all the video footage, but I have a lot of footage for it, and I just have not felt like editing yet. So, let's see. So the bitrate on the camera now is much higher than it was before. I believe my old camera in MP4 it's like 12 megabytes per second, so this one is recording 50 megabytes per second, so that's a lot more. So the video files are huge. Well, not huge, but they're a lot bigger, which isn't really a problem for me because my computer can handle it, which is probably actually the bottleneck is my computer. I need better editing software. I have HD11, which Sony Vegas HD11, which is pretty old. It only has like 3 full HD formats, which is actually not very good. It doesn't support 4K or anything like that, so I probably should upgrade to a newer version of Sony Vegas so that I can, because that's probably part of my problem, because I really noticed a quality drop after I edit it, so that's probably part of the problem where I'm losing my quality. So that's something I need to look into. Hi kitty, how are you? Yeah, you're a good kitty. So let's go inside and just show you how the low light and stuff is. See what it looks like. You can compare the two cameras and see what the difference is like. Also, the bit rate for the audio is a lot higher on the new with the XAVC-S. So yeah, here's the workshop. It's pretty messy in here right now because I was working on my internal combustion engine. But yeah, so that is a test of comparison with the old camera to the new camera. See what the image stabilization looks like. So tell me what you guys think. That's about it, guys. Thanks for watching and keep experimenting.